Duke again, coming at you today with 10 other horror movies that I really love and adore, but they really didn't fit on the top 10 list. So I thought, let's do another list with 10 movies that almost made the top 10, but they are close behind. So let's start, and this is in no particular order, I might add, because I couldn't ask myself to put this in specific order. I love these ones equally as much, I would say. So let's start with Dario Argento's Deep Red, Profondo Rosso from I think it's from 1977. I'm not too sure, 1980, somewhere there. Deep Red, Profondo Rosso, about a pianist who discovers, or he's witnessing to a murder, a brutal murder, and he tries to come up with who did it. It has awesome atmosphere and music, and it stars David Hemmings and Daria Nicolodi, which is Dario Argento's wife, was, rest in peace. Deep Red. Next one, and this is pretty much two movies that go hand in hand, I'd say, and it's Lucio Fulci's The House by the Cemetery and The Beyond. These ones are gory as hell, so if you have a weak stomach, I wouldn't recommend these ones. But yeah, this one is about a family moving to a New England house only to discover a horrific secret in the basement. That's all I'm gonna say. And this one stars Katriana McCall, who inherits an old hotel in Louisiana, which happens to be one of the 7 gateways to hell, and chaos ensues. I must say, I don't know which one of these two I love the most. I think this one, just because I watched it when I was a kid. But yeah, these are Italian movies, by the way. Next up we have one that has a soft spot, because it was one of the first VHS movies that I ever purchased, and it's David Cronenberg's Rabid with Marilyn Chambers, about a young woman who gets in a motorcycle accident and gets kind of like a weird transplant that makes her into some kind of a vampire that spreads rabies. I wouldn't say it's one of Cronenberg's most gruesome movies. It has some scenes of violence and gore, but I love it and I would recommend it. The Soska sisters, or whatever they're called, did a remake a couple of years back which has nothing on this. Just saying. Next one up is a movie that I wanted to see when I was younger, but for some reason I didn't manage to find a copy of it, and it's Gary Sherman's Dead and Buried, about a cop in a small town who discovers that people who have recently died are showing up again for some weird, odd reason. And it's a kind of a zombie movie without, you know, the shambling zombie parts. It's hard to describe. It stars Robert Englund first of all, but Jack Albertson, James Farentino and Melody Anderson. And it's from 1981, and it has a really gruesome needle through the eye moment, which got it banned in the UK, I think, and it was also heavily cut in Sweden. This I'm fortunate enough to I got this pre-cert UK VHS tape, which is uncut, rare to find these days, but I love this movie and I would recommend it. Next one, we have something of a controversial thing, and it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. I was kind of wondering if I should put Part 1 on this list, but you know, I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Tobe Hooper one from 1974, but it's not a movie that I watch very often. If I want to watch a fun chainsaw movie, I often watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie 2. With Carolyn Williams as Stretch, you have Dennis Hopper as Lefty, you have Bill Moseley as Chop Top. It's just a hilarious horror comedy with a lot of gore and gruesome scenes, but you know, it's on the lighter side. It's still grimy and dirty, and you can smell the rot, you know, but it has a soft, funnier side. So if I have to choose one of the Texas Chainsaw movies to be my absolute favorite, it has to be Texas Chainsaw 2. Next one up is from one of my favorite authors, H.P. Lovecraft. Well, it borrows from it, and it's Stuart Gordon's From Beyond, starring I'm sorry, the amazing Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton, and it has for Ken Foree from Dawn of the Dead in it. It's about a scientist who invents a machine that stimulates the pineal gland so you can see creatures from beyond. And it's a real nice body horror movie. There's a lot of practical effects, you know. And I was going to put Reanimator here, but as a matter of fact, I really love From Beyond more. Not to say that it's like Reanimator, but I love this one. And then we have a movie that's also one of my kind of childhood things or teenage things. It's One Dark Night from Tom McLaughlin with Meg Tilly, and we have Elizabeth Daily, and we actually have what's his name? It doesn't list him here, but the guy who played Batman in the 60s. I should know his name, maybe. But it doesn't say. And it's about a young woman, Meg Tilly, who has to join this sorority thing, and as a test she has to spend one night in a mausoleum alone, but she doesn't know that there's a recently dead serial killer who has kind of psychic powers in there, who was just buried, and he starts to reanimate the corpses. It's an amazing atmospheric horror movie, and the effects on the zombies are just fucking amazing, man. They really look dead and rotting. This is an amazing movie, and I can't recommend it enough. And then we have Bob Clark's classic Black Christmas, one of the more early slasher movies before Halloween. It's about a sorority house on Christmas with a lot of women who discovers that there's a serial killer or a homicidal maniac hiding somewhere in the building, and he's picking them off one by one. Black Christmas with Olivia Hussey, Keir Dullea, Margot Kidder and John Saxon of Elm Street fame. So yeah, Black Christmas. And I have some more because I'm sitting in my video store and I see some movies right in front of me that I have to mention. The first one is John Carpenter's The Fog with Jamie Lee Curtis and Tom Atkins, and this is a really atmospheric and haunting horror film about this small town that has done something terrible in the past, and it's come back to haunt them in this thick fog that covers the town on its, I think it is 200-year anniversary. I don't know if there's anything else to say about this one actually. So let's go on to the next one, and it's Night of the Demons with Linnea Quigley and let me just see, that was the one that Kathy Powdwell, Hall Hawins, Alvin Alexis. It's by Kevin S. Tenney, the guy who made Witchboard, if you remember that old movie. And it's a pretty generic story, you know. A lot of teenagers go to this haunted house, they find this haunted item, and they get possessed by demons. It's not very original, but on the other hand, it's full of like nice special effects. It's fun, it has atmosphere, and yeah, I like it a lot. And since I'm in my videotheque, I just watched another movie that I really think is controversial. Not many people like this one, but I do, and it's The Exorcist Part 2, The Heretic, with Linda Blair, Richard Burton, Louise Fletcher, and it was directed by John Boorman. Now, I can understand the hate for this movie, because it's nothing like the original Exorcist. But if you watch it as a standalone, it's not a very great movie by any means, but it has something. I don't know what it is. It has this, it's almost a little bit cheesy at the same time as it's what the did I just watch? It's not gonna be for everyone, I understand. It's not even really for me, but I get some enjoyment out of this. I don't know why. Some perverse thing about, I don't know, the occult and I don't know, man. Let's see if there's something else that I can pick out that's just in the way here. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this is a classic one. This one I also love. The Burning, 1980s slasher with special effects by Tom Savini. And I think this one went a little bit under the radar in all the Friday the 13th craze that went on. Same as Night of the Demons, it doesn't have that much of a special story. It's the same, you know, kids at the summer camp, something goes wrong, the killer comes back to get his revenge. Nothing special in that department, but the special effects are just awesome. If you have seen the raft scene, you're gonna know exactly what I mean. Overall, it's actually a really entertaining movie, and it has some name-worthy actors in it that hadn't really broken through, like you have Holly Hunter, you have Jason Alexander, and it was directed by Tony Maylan. So if you haven't seen The Burning, please give it a go. You won't be disappointed if you like slashers. And finally, I'm going to take another one here from my store shelf, and it's a new one. And it's Guillermo del Toro's Crimson Peak. The ghost story with Tom Hiddleston and what's her name? Jessica Chastain and Mia Wasikowska. Ghost story movie. Big set pieces, amazing scenery, creepy ghosts, some gore. Pretty exciting movie actually. I recommend that one too. That was, I think, the newest one on this list, I think. And yeah, if you want to see more of these list videos, please hit me in the comment and tell me. And I would love to see your lists, what your favorite movies are, because you know, I might inspire you to watch some movies that you have never seen, and you might inspire me to watch some movies I've never seen. So you know, that's pretty nice actually. So yeah, I think that's it for this little video. I'm recording on my phone. I have the charger for my camera has broken, so I have to use the phone for now. I could technically connect the 3DO microphone, but you know, this video isn't about sound and you know, binaural, you know, everything like that. So I thought, let's do it like plain and simple. I just wanted to make a video. I'm kind of getting in the mood to make videos again, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's really hot today, so I'm going to go lie down in bed, edit this video, upload it, and then watch some movies. Love you guys. Remember, there can't be any light without darkness, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and press the little bell button. Okay, bye.